Minnesota holds a special place in my heart and always will. The tradition and what Minnesota stood for, I was excited to put on that gopher singlet. The work ethic, sometimes maybe we didn't have the top recruiting class or we weren't supposed to beat these guys, but we found a way, and we did that in a lot of duels. A lot of guys always, would stand out for one duel and make a difference. And even if it was a guy who just would fill in, for one duel, he would step up for the whole team. And that's something that I guess really means a lot to me. And you take it with you as, it's bigger than just yourself and how hard we worked, We were competitors inside that room, with each other, pushing each other to get better. And then obviously as soon as we were out, we were back to being good friends. But, me and the boys, we definitely pushed each other and to the absolute limit, inside the room. I think it comes from the work ethic I put in. I knew I could beat anyone, and I did during my time. I beat everyone, lots of national champs, #1 ranked guys.
Logan Storley, gritty, finds a way to win.
Perry holding on tight. And now Perry nearly stacked. He caught him with the pin. Perry got stacked. Storley gets the pin.
You have to find a way to finish the match, and so that comes to, kind of goes back to, I guess Jay would always say, it doesn't matter how you feel. No one cares. When the matches you didn't feel good and you didn't really want to be there, weight cut, it doesn't matter. And so that's something I guess I took a lot with. It didn't matter how I felt, didn't matter how the match was going. I had to find a way, and I was good at doing that. A lot of last second wins for me, and it was just kind of that digging deep, finding out who you are, and there's not holding in excuses, not saying, well, okay, I'm gonna, I didn't feel good, the weight cut went wrong. Like, no, you got to throw that out the window and find a way to dig deep and push this guy to an absolute limit. Started my freshman year, there was all kinds of ranked guys. I think my first duel as a gopher was against the #3 or 4 ranked guy in the country. I was an 18-year-old kid, and so that was, that was kind of the start to it. And, with Becker and Eggum and all these guys, it was like, you got to find a way. It didn't matter if the guy wasn't ranked or if I was a true freshman, it's like, you can beat this guy, But then you start to get older and become more of the man. It's like, you got to remember that same thing. And so I guess for me, sophomore, junior, senior, I would wrestle, I don't know, probably 12 matches with the top 5 guys, 6 guys. So I knew it wasn't going to be easy, and that's like daunting for a lot of people to comprehend. With in competing, sometimes it's like, I know how hard this is, and I know that it's it's one slip up and it's going to cost me the match. And so I kind of got used to being uncomfortable. In a lot of these fights now, most guys I've fought, well, everyone I fought hasn't been through this program, hasn't seen what I've seen, and so I know that there's another gear always with me, and that's because of my time here. I had 3 amateur fights in high school. Wrestling's my first love, always will be. But then it was probably sophomore, junior year of college, and it's getting to that point where people are talking about what's your degree, what are you going to do next, what's life look like, and it happens fast. You go from being an 18-year-old kid to 21, 22, moving into the real world, and I knew I wanted to be, I knew I wanted to fight, and then obviously not getting what I wanted here just drove me crazy, really, is what it did, to get to the next level, just to prove that, I am going to be the best in the world. And there's a lot of, there's just a lot of blood, sweat, and tears here, and it's like, I need to make sure that I go and get what I want. And so yeah, it was as soon as NCAAs got over, March, I signed with my agent, April, and announced it, and left college the day after graduation, and said, like, this is my new journey, and I need to go do this. Seeing Brock do it while I was in college and in high school, being in the same hometown, that meant a lot to the city and Webster and everything. But to me, I saw it happen. Like, okay, I can do this. Like, he could do it, I can do it. And then I got to see behind the scenes. I got to be around the training camps and the cameras, and just really what goes into it. And so I was fascinated with that, of what goes into the training and what it looks like. And you know, I had logs, books and books and books of, you know, me writing stuff down, of looking at all these guys in their training camps. And even though I knew how to do it for wrestling, you know, I loved the sport, and, you know, loved to watch fights. And so then, you know, once I got done, Chandler really helped. And then I met Robbie Lawler, and Robbie's been my guy. You know, he's a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest fighters ever, has been in the greatest fights, but he's just a good human, and that's really been my guy. You know, he wrestled in, you know, growing up, spent a lot of time in college rooms, and just that grittiness, you know, and that's kind of really rubbed off, you know, on me, is if what he, you know, watching his fights and just being like, man, that guy is a gladiator, and that's Robbie, you know. So that's really been a big guy for me. It's been a journey. It doesn't, it's different than other sports where once you get signed, you know, or you get drafted, you're already in the big leagues right away. You know, fighting is, you have to make your way up. It's sometimes a slow process, hard to find fights. But, you know, once you were there, I had to take full advantage of it. And I've improved a lot in the last year has been my biggest jump. The Gracie fight, 25 minutes, just to prove to everyone, you know, it's, you know, I threw 450 punches. We, you know, got rocked, cut open, bleeding, and it's, you know, I had more in the gas tank and dug deeper. But yeah, with my career, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy with what I've done. It's just kind of taken the, I guess, the pressure off. You know, like I did it. I did exactly what I set out for 7 years ago when I left this campus, was to become the best in the world, become world champ, and no one can take that away now. So, you know, that's done. But now there's new goals, and to defend it, to become the best fighter pound for pound. I guess leaving a legacy and showing it for the former wrestlers, or the current wrestlers that are going to come up, is, you know, wrestlers have been the most dominant in MMA history, and so I want to be part of that group. I guess the other thing wrestling has is there's nobody, when it comes to competitors in the sports world, there's nothing else like wrestlers. And so anybody can look me blue in the face and tell me that, you know, I respect other sports, hockey, boxing, football, but you're not us. And that's the honest truth. I am where I am because of wrestling. So it's a weird world. You go from being the little brother and getting help from everyone and asking all these questions, to just 5-6 years later, I was, you know, called Mitch McKee first, and now I'm that older guy, and Mitch is down there and doing great, and, you know, Wackus and Pat, and, you know, maybe other guys. It's, you know, I think it's an honor to be a guy that they look up to and ask, and, you know, they've done a lot of great things in their own career. But I think that's trust. You know, they saw that I've done it the right way, that I was a professional, that I didn't cut corners, and that's the biggest thing to me. Is the things that I have now, with the opportunities and networking and the friends and people that are close to you, is because of this place. And so, you know, I'm forever grateful for what the University of Minnesota brought me. I never got to win an NCAA title, and we never got to win a team title, and it was close every year, and there's a lot of heartbreak that happened here, but I think it was just a building process. And so for me, it's bringing one back, you know, of all those times that I was so close. It's like, okay, I'm going to get it done, and it's going to be because of here and the coaches here, and they've helped me a lot, you know. And I guess for the young guys, it's cool to still be involved. You know, I remember when I was here, and the alumni would come back and wrestle, and it's like, be awesome, like that guy's a 4-time All-American, you know, this guy's a national champ. They're still here, and they still care about what we're doing. Like, this is bigger than just, you know, sometimes you go on the road and it's like, you don't think anyone cares about the duel, but it's like, guys here care, you know, the program cares for one another. And so I just wanted to make sure that these guys knew that, like, you know, it does matter, and we do care, and we watch, you know, all these duels. Maybe I'm not there at all of them, but like, we want you to do well, and we're in your corner. This is a special place, and we got a great thing going here. The tradition is unbelievable, but it goes by fast, and that's what I've told all these young guys. Is it goes fast. Make sure that each day counts, each practice counts, and just hone in on the little details. You will get to where you want if you listen to the right people, you do the right things. Trust me, there's plenty of people here that know how to do it, And so if you do those things and surround yourself with the right group and become a leader on the team and get all 40 guys involved, it'll be the best time of your life.